Olá, tudo bem com vocês? Hoje eu tô aqui de novo na escola de inglês, que eu estudei inglês aqui em Los Angeles, na Califórnia, para fazer uma entrevista com o diretor, com um dos diretores aqui da escola, em inglês. Por favor, gente, não me julgue, eu também tô aprendendo, pra gente tirar algumas dúvidas, as maiores dúvidas que os brasileiros têm quando chegam aqui. Quais são as maiores dificuldades que nós temos? Eu também vou falar qual é a maior dificuldade que eu tenho também em me comunicar, dando algumas dicas aí pra vocês. Esse vídeo é a continuação de um vídeo que eu fiz aí algumas semanas atrás, tirando dúvidas de como vir pra cá estudando inglês com visto de estudante, ok? Aqui pros Estados Unidos, né? Conhecer o país, viver uma experiência aqui, principalmente aqui em Los Angeles, na Califórnia. Tem uma diversidade cultural muito grande, muito bacana para aprender inglês. E lembrando que quem ver esse vídeo ou viu o outro vídeo, que vai deixar aqui para vocês aqui o link dele, tem um desconto super especial aqui de aproximadamente $150 na matrícula. É só ler aqui na descrição do vídeo para vocês verem aqui e falar que viu o vídeo aqui no canal. E é claro que eu vou lembrar você de dar aquela curtida aqui no vídeo, bem como se você é novo, de você se inscrever aqui no canal. Então, bora lá assistir? Let me see. Oh my gosh, I'm pretty nervous.
No. I think you know everything, you know.
Yeah.
So.
First, I would like to say I'm so...
No, it's so okay. It's all okay.
First, I would like to say thank you for doing this interview here for my YouTube channel.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. James is one of the directors of the school. He's a such nice person. He was the person that gave me the level interview when I got here, and it was supposed to be like 15 minutes, but it was almost 1 hour.
That's right.
We talked about a lot of things. It was amazing.
Yeah.
James, I would like that you start by telling us a little about the history of the school.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because the history is so beautiful.
Yeah.
So amazing.
And if you remember our orientation, like I tell this kind of long story about this young boy and how he grew up poor and how he went through all these difficult times. And then he came to the United States and was able to study English and all that. And then, of course, the punchline of the story is that that young man, grew up and became my father, right? So my father started this school in 1990, based on a dream of his, right? To come and to kind of understand the American dream. And I feel like, you know, someone who came from such a poor background and came to the United States and, you know, found success through hard work and education, that's just like a story that anyone understands. And it doesn't matter if you're from Brazil or if you're from Korea or you're from Spain, anywhere in the world.
It's true.
Right? It's a beautiful story. And so it also is so important because here at Columbia West College, we don't just, you know, pretend like we understand what you're going through. Like, we definitely understand. Right, so that's my father. We understand the story, and in fact, our only job here is to help this next generation of international students to find the success that they desire and that they deserve through English and through our support. And so, and then a little while ago, my sister and I also joined the school in order to, you know, continue my father's dream and his ambition. And now it's our dream and ambition to help, you know, all the international students that we can to, you know, achieve their dreams. So that's the short version of that story and our background.
And in my opinion, they are doing a good job.
Thank you, Tati.
Thank you so much.
It means a lot. Yeah. So.
Another question that I have, and James, in your experience, what are the biggest questions that foreign students have?
I think it doesn't matter where you come from. I think a lot of students have the same kinds of questions. And so a lot of them ask about like the housing, right? Where do I live when I go to Columbia West College? And, you know, we always say, don't worry, we have so many different options for you to choose from. We have, you know, homestays, if that's something that you're interested in. And we have student dormitories that are very close and safe. So you can, you know, there are ones that are walking distance, and there are ones that are very close to public transportation as well. And so we have, you know, many different partners. Basically, the bottom line is like you don't have to worry about housing when you come here. The other questions that we get are like, what's the process, right? And I know that you had a whole conversation with Anna about what that process looks like. And so it's a very simple process, but if you speak Portuguese, obviously you'll go to Anna, but we have a lot of different student advisors. So we speak your language, right, as well. When we break it down, it's only about 5 to 7 steps, and we make it really easy for you to understand. Yeah. And finally, like price. Obviously, everyone always asks about price. And I think that, for the type of background that we have and wanting to help the students and the personal support that we have and the housing and the fact that we're in Los Angeles, which is one of the most exciting cities in the world, I think anyone would find our prices very, very reasonable. You can check on the website for all that. But those are the most common questions that we get.
If you want more information about that, you can check the description below. James, are you an English teacher? Aren't you?
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that because I just recently got my certificate to start teaching English. And the funny thing is, I think I've been teaching English online for a long time now because I've been making so many videos and content about, like how to, pronounce certain words and pronunciation and all that different kind of stuff. So I'm now officially an English teacher.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And I can't wait to start teaching. I think I'm going to start with like really lower level students because, I don't know, I really like teaching students that don't have a really high level of English. But I'm definitely going to continue to make a lot more videos and create more content about how to learn English easy.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
I heard that you pretty soon are going to release a YouTube channel.
Yes, I want to be like you, Tati.
Oh, nice.
So I want to have an awesome YouTube channel. Yeah, I know it's not easy to have a successful YouTube channel like yours. But I just have this passion.
I'm not so famous.
I don't know. It seems like you have such a good following.
Oh, thank you.
All these nice people watching, right? But just having a passion for teaching English and also trying to make it, teaching English in an easy way. Because I think a lot of people think about learning English and they're like, oh, it's so hard, it's so hard, it's so hard, it's so difficult. And so I'm gonna call. The name of the channel is Easy English with James.
Easy English, okay.
Right, so Easy English with James, and I'm already making the videos right now, and so yeah, hopefully everyone can check it out.
When are you going to release that?
I'm gonna try and release it probably, or publish my first video like in October.
October?
Yeah,
okay.
So give me like, as of this date, maybe like about a month or so, and I will try and get that out. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, thank you though for giving me a shout out, right? So.
And by the way, what's the biggest mistakes that Brazilian students make? I know my mistakes. I know. My biggest challenge is the pronunciation.
Okay.
Because I have been reading English in all my life, but I had never practiced conversation before.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of vocabulary, I know a lot of words, but I realized that's so important you have a good pronunciation because you know the word, but when you pronounce that in a wrong way, the Americans don't understand you.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating for me.
I see. I have to tell you a couple things. So first of all, I think that you don't give yourself nearly as much credit as you should. I know that now because remember I was the one that did your speaking test.
Yeah.
Right? What I remember from that speaking test is that you have such an amazing message. You have such an amazing message to share with everybody. And you're trying to share this message with me.
Yeah, I remember it.
And you're like, oh, what's the word for this? And like, it's a holistic and this and body and, mind and soul and... And I was like, I understood what you were saying. And I was like, oh, this is exactly the kind of beautiful soul that we want to help. Because she has such an amazing message to spread and she just, lacks a little bit of English. And we just want to give you that ability. And right now, sitting here, I can't tell you how happy I am that we're doing
so much.
That we're doing this interview in English.
Yeah.
And And I know you confided in me that you're like a perfectionist and all that. But all that aside, when I compare this Tati to the Tati before, I'm just like, my mind is blown, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, I'm
that
so
we can
happy
have
too.
this conversation. And that leads me to my point about the biggest mistake that Brazilians tend to make when learning English. And I can talk about a couple of like these pronunciation things, like the R's versus the H's.
Yeah, oh my
obviously.
gosh.
Right, that's the big one, right?
Yeah, I think it's a big one because the letter R here in English is R, and for us is yeah.
Right.
And for example, Rio de Janeiro.
Yes.
We say Rio de Janeiro.
Exactly.
And you know the word, but when you pronounce the word and you pronounce with the people don't understand you. The Americans don't understand you because it's a little mistake, but it's so important.
Yes. Another one that comes to mind is whenever I ask like Brazilian students to say a word like attention, they'll say like attention. You know what I mean? Attention. Right. So attention.
Repeat again.
Attention. Yeah,
no.
better. No,
better.
That's much better. Yeah. So naturally, people will say, Brazilians.
Yeah,
will
the
say,
stress of
attention.
the words is so hard for us.
Right. So attention. Not attention. Right.
Attention.
Yeah, better.
Attention. I'm better. I'm getting better.
Exactly. So those are,
it's hard.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
So yeah, everybody try it. Attention, and see.
It is 38 years speaking Portuguese.
But it's the same thing, right? It's like if I were to try to study Portuguese, I'd have the same issues that Americans have.
Yeah.
Right. And I would sound like a horrible gringo, but. But like I think that the biggest thing, and this is maybe a universal international student, and I don't want to call it a mistake. I would call it like a challenge, but it's the fear of making mistakes.
Yeah, I know that.
Right. And whether you come from an East Asian culture like I do, where making a mistake makes you, it's like looked down on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you ever make a mistake, you have to hide it, sweep it under the rug, no mistakes, everything has to look good, all that stuff. Or if you're just a perfectionist like yourself.
Yeah, like me. Yeah,
right. And
I
so,
know that.
And so it's kind of just like it's hard. It's easier said than done, but it's embracing the fact that you have to make mistakes. Like there's no one who learns English and is just perfect every single time, And the first time they say attention, it's like perfect, like a native speaker. Nobody does that, You have to embrace your mistakes. You have to like want to make mistakes because the more mistakes you make, the faster you're gonna get better.
Yeah.
And I would say that is, probably the biggest piece of advice that I would give.
For me, it's a good opportunity to be a child again. Do you know?
Yeah.
Because when I got here, I look at all the stuff on the street and what's the name of that? What's the name of that? And like a child, because when we grow up, we forget how to be a child again and make some mistakes because it's normal. All the process in this life, you need to make mistakes to learn. Yeah, but it's so difficult to accept that in some situations, especially in an education system, and the people use it to compare you and another student. You are good, you are not good. It's so terrible for us, but I think that's it. To be a child again.
That is such a healthy, open-minded way of learning English. I really think that's a very special way to look at things because children, they don't care if they make mistakes. They laugh, and then if you say, oh, okay, they'll learn and they'll continue to try and practice, and they have that curiosity.
Yeah, that's it.
And I think as adults, like we grow up and we get kind of like jaded and we get kind of like bitter and and we have an experience, and so we kind of stop trying and we stop being like curious about life or about things. So you're right, I think a new language is a way just to be like, how do I say that? That's weird, let me try. I messed up, it's okay, I'll try it again.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's so cute. The most of people say to me, oh, it's cute. You try to speak English. It's so cute.
They don't mean cute like in a bad, like a childish way.
No.
Like it's a beautiful thing. It's adorable that you do that, And so I completely agree. You know, and I would say 99.9% of native English speakers who encounter you and, you know, you're trying your best to, like, they'll help you. They don't care.
Yeah.
You know, they think it's a wonderful thing. Yeah, and you, Tati, you have a gift. You have the gift of, like, reminding me about, like, the little things about life. You do.
Thank you.
This is a totally separate thing. I'm just, you know, we're just kind of talking at this point, but this is what we always do. I think we always start talking about things. But, you know, like, if I'm having, like, a crazy day and, like, I'm very much in my head and I'm thinking about this and I have to help this and I have to write this email and help this person or that person, sometimes, like, you know, I'll have a conversation with you and then I'll get right back into my body.
Oh, thank you so much.
And
thank you so much.
I think that's what makes
appreciate
you,
that.
It's so true. I think that's what makes you such a good teacher, and, you know, the fact that you have such a good following. But, you know, something about, like, you'll say something and it'll remind me. Like, right now it was just about the curiosity of a child, and I was like, I have to remember to stop, like, being in my head and being so, you know, cynical and business, you know what I mean? What's the next thing? I gotta take a breath. I gotta relax. I have to kind of just remember, okay, moment by moment, right? Let's enjoy life. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy the moment, that kind of thing. So I thank you for that.
Thank you. Thanks so much. And that's it. Thank you so much for doing this interview for my channel.
Yeah.
And I appreciate all the words, your presence. If you have more questions, leave your comment below. And I can translate to the James, and James can answer you.
Yes, it would be my
pleasure. And that's
pleasure.
it. When I finish my videos, I always say gratidão. Gratidão, it's like gratitude. In English, like a thank you.
Yeah.
But it's like a namaste, do you know?
Namaste.
And I say gratidão. Do you want to try?
I would love to.
Gratidão.
Is that alright? Boa noite. Bom dia.
Thank you.